Ciao a tutti, come state? Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rebecca Bailey and I make videos about Italy because I currently live in Italy, a city called Torino, and I'm from the UK. So welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, press the button, and also I'm on TikTok and Instagram, so follow me over on those platforms. Anyway, so I usually make videos about people coming to Italy and what people are going to expect when they come to Italy. But I want to make a video for other people that are wanting to go to the UK, wanting to live in the UK. So for Italians, for example, that want to live in the UK or they want to work in the UK for an extended period of time. And I'm guessing that you watch my channel because you want to learn English. You might, or maybe you want to go to the UK. That's what I'm guessing. So anyway, this video is for you guys. Right, so there's a list of things that you might hate when living in the UK. These things have come from people that I've met in Italy and they told me about their experience in the UK. Also ex-Italian expats, if you understand what I mean. And also when I lived in the UK, I encountered or had friendships with Italian people, and this is what they generally complained about, and this is what they spoke about the most. So without further ado, let me get on with this video. I'm not going to count because I don't want to lose count. So the first one, still counting, the first one is, let's say, alcohol. Let's talk about alcohol. There is a big alcohol culture in the UK where people drink, and it's quite interesting. If you're Italian, I'm only going to talk about Italians. If you're Italian and you've moved from Italy straight to the UK and then you see the culture of drinking, you're going to be quite shocked. Because what I've noticed in Italy is that people drink for the taste, whereas in the UK I can say that people drink for effect. They drink because they want to feel drunk, they want to get drunk, they want to release their anxieties and their stress, okay? Especially over the weekend, they want to, they live for the weekend and they want to forget about the week that they just had. So the aim is to get drunk. And I've been to some Italian functions, maybe a wedding. My first wedding I went to, there was a table of 8 to 10 people, and they had 2 bottles of wine on the table, and I was quite shocked to find that there was still wine on the table at the end of the wedding reception, guys. There was still wine on the table. Everybody had a little glass of wine and that was it. If that was the UK, that would have been, for a table of 8 to 10, how many bottles would we have needed for that amount of guests? A lot more. And for sure there wouldn't have been any wine left over. Anyway, so you can see that the culture is different when it comes to drinking. And if you're Italian, you need to bear that in mind, that people drink for effect. When they go out over the weekend, they want to get hammered. We say hammered, lashed, blackout. They want to black out from it. And you might you might come off the plane and you're walking around. Oh, I want to go to Leicester Square or Oxford Circus or somewhere busy where there's lots of pubs or bars or something like that. And then you might look around in horror and see drunk people coming over to you saying, "Hey lady, hey, what are you doing?" or something like that, drunk. Somebody having a domestic, somebody fighting in public, somebody vomiting in the corner. What else would you see? A girl walking alone drunk, staggering. You see all of those things. You might even see all of those things on one night, depending on how, you might even see all of those things. So that might come as a big shock horror for you. In Italy, I seldom see people drunk on the street. In fact, I've never seen anybody drunk on the street. I don't think I've ever seen anybody drunk, and I've been here for 4 years. Actually, on the bus, I encountered a guy, but it was when the football was happening. He was Eastern European, so no, I haven't. So yeah, it is possible that you might feel shocked and might feel overwhelmed. Any ways around this is just be careful of the time of night that you go out, the time of day you go out, time of day, time of night, whatever you go out, I would suggest that, you know, after a certain hour, especially on a Friday and Saturday night, that you're not out alone, maybe. You have to work around it yourself, or you just might get into it. You might like it. Who knows? But it's something to expect. Okay, and this goes hand in hand with the next point, is pub culture. British people, a lot of them like the pub. Okay, I've never really adapted that culture because I never have. It's not really my thing. But I have worked in a pub before, and I can see how it works. I used to have customers coming in all the time, the same customers every single day, drinking. They would have pub quizzes, have a pint of beer, whatever, and that was it. That was their life. That was part of their ritual. It's something that they did and something that they enjoyed. So you are going to come across the pub culture, whether you want to embrace it or not. That's entirely up to you. Of course, you don't have to, but if you do work in the workplace, something that is quite different in Italy. When you work somewhere, people might say to you, "Do you want to come to the pub?" And for me, I would probably say yes, especially in the early days, because I think that's their way of trying to bond with you and trying to build a friendship with you. It's just being nice, basically. Do you want to come to the pub for a pint of beer? They'll ask you to do that. So yeah, so that's something that you might not like. You might not like the pub culture, and yeah, for some people it can be quite overwhelming because it depends on where you work and what type of industry that you're in. All right, the next one is dressing. Let's talk about dressing. In the UK, people in London, Manchester, they might wear active wear sportswear and stuff like that. You might not like that. You might hate that coming from Italy, because where I am in Italy, a lot of people don't wear active wear casually to go, you know, pick their kids up or to go shopping or to do that. Whereas in the UK, that definitely does happen, and you might not like that. When I first came here, I don't know, maybe a year and a half into being here, I used to wear maybe once a week. I used to wear jogging top, tracksuit top, maybe a tracksuit bottom, you know, the tight one, leggings, and to work. And the girls used to say to me, "Oh, you're going to the gym? Where are you going? You work out? You're going to Pilates? You're going to yoga? You're going?" And I never understood why they're asking me this question until I said to one of the girls, "Oh, why do you keep asking me that?" And she goes, "Oh, because you're wearing sports gear." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." Then I looked around, and I started to look around, and I noticed that it's not something that people wear casually. They only really wear it if they're going to the gym, in the gym. And I think they even wear it to the gym, change out of the clothes when they leave the gym. So in their mind, it's just for the gym. But of course, in the UK, it's a little bit different. And also, in terms of dress sense, on nights out, the Italian woman can be seen as more, in terms of dressing, what word can I use? Maybe conservative dressing, maybe a little bit more dressed down, as opposed to the ladies in London and Manchester. When we go out, we wear our high heels, you know, the skirt might be a little bit shorter than something that you're used to, you know, the breast might be on display, all of those things. So it's different. And then this is going on to the next point, which is makeup. You might not like the makeup. This is for the women, of course. Well, it's for anybody that wears makeup. You might be aware that, or not unaware that, people wear makeup. It's even to go to work. We like to put the effort in the UK and put on a bit of lippy, a bit of makeup, some mascara, some foundation. Whereas here, I think that definitely does happen, but maybe on a lighter scale. So if you're not used to that, maybe you might find it might be something that you hate, or something that you might find a shock or whatever, that people do put a full face of makeup on to go to work. Okay, but I think that those things are not really a deal breaker. If you want to wear the makeup, wear more makeup. I think just generally, naturally, you might start to wear more makeup anyway because you're there. All right, the next one is, I think this is going to be the last one actually. This is the biggest one. I would say you might not like, or you might hate, the weather. And this, for me, I think is the biggest one, because I saw Italian people quite depressed about the weather. I mean depressed. That's all they ever spoke about, and that's all they ever moaned about was the weather and how bad the weather was and whatever. All the rest of the things in the list, you can work around it, you can change, you can do different things. But this one, there's nothing that anybody can do. If you want to live in the UK, you're just going to have to accept the weather, that this is how it comes. The difference is that in Italy, you can, even in winter, you can see blue skies. In the UK, you might not see blue skies for a week. Sometimes it's very, very, very grey, and it could be for 1 week. When you live there, you can get used to it. Like me, I got used to it. Well, obviously, because I was born and bred there. But then when I went back, the last time I went back, I noticed the grey skies, and I was like, wow, this is great. This is great. So for an Italian going there, you're going to notice it, and it might get you down. And this is something that you really need to look into, or you really need to think about before going, because this is, for me, the biggest complaint that everybody always has about it. They said they started to feel depressed, they got depressed, because what it equals is that you spend less time outdoors. You understand what I mean? Because of the weather. But I'll move on to that in a moment. So, blue skies here, grey skies here. More rain in the UK, maybe less rain in Italy. Cold, you're gonna have to change your clothing, what you would normally wear in Italy. You're gonna be wearing big clothes, hats, stuff like that. And it's a big one. It's a big one. And as I said to you, it's the biggest complaint ever, the weather. But what can we do? If you have a problem with the weather, guys, just know that can't be changed. You have to adapt. In Italy, you have seasons, okay? You have defined seasons. You have your springs, you have your autumns, and you have the summer. In the UK now, sometimes the seasons can kind of mesh into one. You don't need to change over the wardrobe. You don't need to change from winter wardrobe to a summer wardrobe. You don't need to do that. Sometimes you can just keep your wardrobe the same and just say, okay, maybe I won't wear this coat for a couple of weeks or a couple of days. I know people that don't even change anything. They just keep everything the same because that's it. And you might hope that when it does get to summertime that you're going to have a nice summer, but when in fact you might have 2 weeks of summer, a week here, 4 days there, 2 days there, 3 days there, and then summer is over, and then guess what? You feel disappointed that you haven't had any nice days or any hot days, and that might get you down. And like I said, that's something to think about. But this ties in with the point that I'm going to make next in terms of going out, okay? Because Italians, I find, spend a lot of time going outside, maybe going for walks and doing more outside activities, but you're going to find that you're not going to be able to do that as much. Why? Because of the weather. Nobody really wants to do big activities outside in the rain or in the freezing cold or in the cold weather or when it's really grey. It's not enticing weather to do stuff with. So you might find yourself at home a lot more, watching TV. Yeah. So I left the last one. That was the last one, and that was the biggest one. That's the biggest point. But you can get used to it. I think you just have to go in knowing that that's what it's going to be like and how you can adapt. And for me, how you can, maybe I'll do this in another video because this one's going to be too long. I'm going to tell you ways that maybe you can adapt. You can make your place, your space very homely. That's going to be for another video. But for this one, that's about it. So what did I say? Weather, alcohol, pub culture, dressing, dress sense, makeup, and outdoor space. And just being outdoors and being an outdoorsy person. That's it. Alright guys, well I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Comment, tell me if you're an expat in Italy and you're Italian or you're from Spain or from wherever. What is it that you don't like about the UK? What do you find hard about living in the UK? What was the biggest shock? What's the biggest culture shock? Tell me in the comment section, and then maybe I'll make a video and share that with everybody else. Okay, well thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Ciao.